Hey y'all. So, you know how this week, this Thursday, 28 years later comes out, right? And then I realized I have never actually seen 28 days or 28 weeks. And then 28 weeks is the only one that's actually streaming somewhere. It's streaming on Tubi as far as I know. But now I was like, haha, physical media. This is why you should still buy things, because if it's not available for streaming, you can always watch it. So yeah, I watched the two, and I think I enjoyed the first one more, mostly because I think it was more humanly charged and how we react to things and survival, and also it was scarier for me. It was scarier for me because I've thought about those times when, like, what if I am in the apocalypse and I'm trying to find help and I know how to work a radio? So I'm listening to things and somebody lures me out there to do God knows what to me, you know? So I was just like, oh no. So for me, 28 days was the scarier one. Now, what I liked about 28 weeks is because even though it doesn't involve the same characters, the consequences of what happened in the first one, of, like, the seeing the airplanes come, and clearly, like, there are actually outside people who weren't affected are trying to come to the UK to help fix the virus. So you see how the government's more involved. There's even, like, Americans involved, and it's not just them, because you see Idris Elba and everything, right? So what I enjoyed about the 28 weeks is, this is what could happen once the government gets involved. There's going to be quarantining, there's going to be guns, and there's going to be extreme measures being taken if, it breaks out again, right? And, but the thing that threw me, that really annoyed me is, obviously, this wouldn't have happened had, people wouldn't be like, oh, we need this photo of our mom in case we forget what she looks like. Had y'all not done that, eventually the whole area was probably going to be cleared and nobody else was going to be taking over your house. So y'all could have eventually, at some point in the future, gotten this picture of your mom, and your mom probably would have just died anyway from starvation or whatever, right? So there's that. And also, Don, the dad, I just was like, why does he seem smarter? Maybe it's because he got his virus from, like, wherever that mutation that was inside his wife, because of whatever her genes are. Maybe that changed the virus, because it seemed like they were, not just him, but it seemed like all of them were a bit smarter than the little zombie rage reaver things were in the first one. And maybe that had to do with the mutation. So when we get to, the years one on Thursday, and how now, like, the world is being affected because the Reavers made it all the way to France and stuff, I'm curious at how much is going to be connected to the other two movies, and I'm excited for that. But again, 28 Days Later was definitely scarier for me.
You don't have to be perfect to be amazing.